Brexit negotiations have been frozen over the party conference season as neither side were sure what would happen. Theresa May Time is running short for the EU and UK make a deal. Here's a timeline of the next steps as Britain heads towards the exit door. European Union chief Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier, AFP, Getty Images. Both sides have pledged to release new or tweaked proposals to break the current deadlock in talks. The EU is going to release revised plan for its Northern Ireland backstop and its own vision of what the future relationship with Britain will look like. The British government meanwhile will release its own plans for the Northern Ireland backstop, which deal with regulatory alignment. Both sides hope these last proposals could help strike a compromise deal. There are no firm dates for their release, but the first half of October is likely. Theresa May arrives for a meeting with European Council. Reuters. The EU has described this meeting of EU leaders at the European Council in Brussels as the moment of truth for Brexit and says a deal should be basically completed by this point. The 18th of November 2018 Very Last Chance Summit. Workers prepare the EU headquarters for yet another summit. Reuters. The EU nations have said that if a deal looks possible in October but hasn't been finalized, then they will arrange a special summit in November to finalize it. The 13th of December 2018 Very Last Chance Summit. Theresa May shakes hands with European Council President Donald Tusk. Reuters. Another meeting of the European Council is scheduled for December that could be the very last chance to sign a deal if the timeline slips. But the EU in particular wouldn't be happy. December, or January, or February. House of Commons vote on deal. Protesters outside the Palace of Westminster. AFP, Getty. We don't know when the House of Commons will get to vote on the final deal, but if one is struck, then it will, probably sometime either December, January, or February. This vote could be difficult for the Prime Minister as she could face rebellions by the DUP and Tory MPs. The 21st of January 2019 no-deal legal cut-off date. The Prime Minister Theresa May at Downing Street. Getty. This is the very last cut-off date for a deal to be presented to Parliament under UK law. If no withdrawal agreement is presented to MPs by the 21st of January, they will get a vote on what should happen next. A second referendum. A bid for an extension. This all happens here. December, or January, or February, or March. European Parliament vote on the deal. The European Parliament's base in Strasbourg, EPA. The European Parliament will get a vote on the Brexit deal, too. The last date they can physically do so is during its sitting from 11 to 14 March, though it could happen before if an agreement is finalized earlier. 21 to 22 March 2019 Britain's goodbye meeting. EU leaders attend a roundtable meeting. AP. The last European Council meeting that Britain will attend. Since it will be literally a week before the UK leaves, it will probably be mostly a goodbye, as there won't be much time to do anything. Big Ben will bong Britain into Brexit. Barring an extension, Britain will officially leave the European Union 2 years after Theresa May triggered Article 50 of the EU's treaty and set the country rolling towards the exit door. The 31st of December 2020 end of the transition period. Barring a change of policy, there will be new checks on vehicles once Britain leaves the customs union and single market. Reuters. Theresa May has negotiated a 21-month Brexit transition period under which the UK will continue to follow EU rules as if nothing has changed. But at the end of 2020 this is said when and Britain will be on its own. The Independent has launched its Sign Our Petition. Hear more about Brexit. EU. Theresa May. Michel Barnier.